I'm sure you've noticed what is going on with my lip. What? Okay, so as I was just like doing my eyebrows, I thought I'm just going to plump up my lips a little bit, you know, so they look a little bit plumped, like the operative words here are little bit. So I got my lip plumping tool that I got from AliExpress, and I've just like literally been like sucking it as I've just been doing my eyebrows, just absent-mindedly watching a Keto Potato video, and I just kind of took it off and my lips literally went, and I was thinking, please go back to your normal size. Look at this guys, I mean really, like, but you know what, I'm just going to get past it. Please don't be concerned, it will go back down imminently. I'm hoping imminently. This will be like the one time, it just lasts for hours, but please try not to be too distracted by my super sassy huge lip. I mean really. Okay, so today we're not going to be talking about my fail. Look from the side. Okay, right, anyway, moving on. So today I'm going to be trying out some makeup products that I've been wanting to try out for ages, and I managed to just get them, so I thought, well, let's just test them out together. It's a mix of a drugstore and more kind of higher end, and also one of my subscribers, Cara, did send me a couple of these products, which I'm so appreciative of because I am too poor to buy them for myself. So thank you so much, Cara. I really appreciate that, and thank you for enabling me to do this video and test them out. So we're going to be testing out the Stila Magnificent Metals. It's in the shade Smouldering Satin. I have been wanting to try one of these forever, but they're like £23 each, which actually I don't think it's that expensive, but I've just not managed to justify it to myself yet, you know. So anyway, we've got this to try, and how generous is it that Cara sent this to me? I mean, I'm just like, what? But thank you so much. But what, girl? I mean, really, girl, this is so kind. I mean, seriously. Cara also sent me a little sample of the Tarte Shape Tape. I have tried a fake one from AliExpress and it was absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to be testing this light one out today as my under eye concealer. I'm also going to be testing out the NYX double stacked mascara, because again, I've been wanting to try it for ages, and it was in B&M for like £5, so it would have been rude for me not to have got it. And I also have one of the Maybelline matte ink. I was going to say master ink, masturbating ink, I don't know, but this is the Superstay matte ink liquid lipstick. I'm really intrigued by this, and I got this from eBay, and I'm thinking, is it a fake? Because I bought some NYX liquid suede from eBay that turned out to be fake, but I did kind of engage in a scientific test with a genuine one that was in Tesco, and they smelled the same, the packaging looked the same, so I actually do think that this is a genuine Maybelline product, and it was a couple of pounds cheaper than you could buy in like Boots or Superdrug. So we're going to be trying that bad boy out, but to begin with, we're going to go straight into the concealer. Obviously, like, you'll be so familiar and probably so sick of hearing everybody on YouTube raving about the Shape Tape. Makeup Revolution have just brought out their concealer, and I have bought it so that I can test it out. It's like a little, you know, pill packet, like, oh, I'll just have my concealer pill today and it'll magically just make my face look perfected. I must say as well, before like going into this, I have not yet found a concealer that I actually like, a concealer that makes my skin look better. I always find that concealers just accentuate fine lines and they just look really heavy on my skin. I don't know if it's just because I've got more mature skin. I mean, it's ironic really that all of these younger girls in like their early 20s, they use an excessive amount of concealer. Like, no offense, but they do. They use an excessive amount of concealer on their face to the point that you think, why do they even put foundation on? And I think they don't really actually need it, but for older ladies who could really do with a little bit of concealing, you know, it would really help them out. It doesn't work on our skin because our skin is just high maintenance. So anyway, I am going to go with the lightest shade, which is the shade Light. And this is going to be messy, I feel, but I'm just going to... Okay, so this is like bizarre. I've never experienced like a product come in like a pill packet before. Peeling this off. Okay. Okay, so I'm very aware that this is a very kind of full coverage kind of product. So I feel like I should put my hair back, really. I'm a bit nervous, can you tell? Like, I'm totally nervous about concealer. But let's see, like, if this works. And if it does, I probably will be too tight by the full side. But, you know, I'm just going to put my hair up on the side today. I mean, why not? Does that look good? No, looks crap, but I'm going with it because this is not a hair video today. So, okay, you're thinking, Anwen, just get the fucking concealer up on your face right now, girl. Okay, so I'm just going to use my finger. I'm just going to... Someone did actually say, like, a good tip is to just put it in, like, you know, like, close to the inner corner of your eye, as opposed to, like, spreading it, like, all over the place. Because most of the issues, like, when I smile on the outside of my eye, so I'm just kind of focusing it in there. It feels really creamy. And I think the shade is good for me. I am very kind of fair. So I don't know if fair would work better, or would it? I don't know. But I'm just like taking it down there. Why am I taking it down there? I don't know. And I'm going to plop a bit on my chin. I've had a little bit of a unwelcome visitor onto my chin, which was very displeasing indeed. Get my beauty blender. Or should I use my finger? No, I'm not going to be using my finger. I'm going to just use, I say beauty blender. This is my Real Techniques sponge. And this is actually my favourite sponge. I much prefer it to the rip-off beauty blender. Okay, so I'm just kind of patting. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. Pat, pat, pat. You know, if I had like the editing skills or software, I would totally make like a rap video up. It's called pat, 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 and it would just be me going pat, 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 and there'd be like rainbows behind me and a unicorn would just float past, and I mean, boobs in the background just jiggling away like, yeah, I don't know, a girl can dream. Maybe one day, maybe one day. I'm sure you're excited about that. I mean, really. Okay, so, I mean, it looks okay, but what do you think, guys? I mean, it feels okay. It kind of looks okay. I'll just pat it in on my chin. Chinny chin chin. Look, see, I feel like that looks very heavy on my chin. I don't know. Is that just me? I'll just kind of pat it in on my FOD. When I was in school, we used to refer to the forehead area as the FOD. Okay, so I don't know. Can I see much difference? I feel like the shade is good, and I do feel like it's definitely added a little bit of like highlight, you know, like under my eyes. I'm kind of liking it, but I always find that foundations can look really, really good. You know, when I first kind of apply them, it's when I add the powder. That seems to be when everything goes wrong. So I'm going to add like a minimal amount of powder because I don't want to overdo it, and I do always feel like it's the powder that fecks it up. So I'm going to go in with my Primark Rose Powder. I feel like my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder might be a little bit heavy. So I'm just going to go in with like a pressed powder, and I'm going to use my wet sponge, and I'm just going to like pat, 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 pat. This powder is also like a brightening powder because it looks kind of pink. I really, really like it. It's super, super cheap, but it's really, really good. Okay, so I'm just like, I powdered. I'm leaving it at that. I'll just powder my chinny chin chin. It's virtually impossible to actually get to my chin because of my massive lower lip right now. I mean, how long do you actually think the effects will last for? Because look, it's just like, what? I mean, I can't say I'm not liking it though. I'm kind of loving it, to be honest. Okay, so I mean, oh, I was looking in there as if it was my mirror. I was like, okay, so let's check me out. Oh, I can't see anything. Why is my mirror not working? I mean, really, Anwen, hater, come on now. Okay, so let's have a look at my actual mirror. I mean, it's kind of looking good. I'm kind of liking it. I mean, I don't know if it's made a massive amount of difference, and I wish I'd done like one side first, and then we could have compared it to the other side. Maybe when I test the Makeup Revolution concealer out, I'll just do like one side of my face first, and then we can actually, you know, compare. But yeah. But I just feel like, can you see? This is the issue I have with every single concealer. Can you see? Like, it's just accentuating those lines, which if I hadn't have applied the concealer on there, I feel like it would just look smoother. I feel like the more product you put underneath your eyes, it's going to just accentuate everything. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to just leave it on. You tell me what you guys think, because I would, you know, really, really value your opinions. I think I'm rather biased about concealers at this point. You know, if you've had like a ton of bad boyfriends and then you just become a lesbian because you're like, I just can't anymore, I just cannot. So that's how I am, you know, with concealer. That's my current status. So anyway, next we're going to move on to probably the product I'm most excited about. Thank you so much again to Cara for sending this to me. What a generous gift. The packaging's beautiful. I'm sure you've seen this. I'm just going to do a little swatch. So it comes with like it's like a paddle brush, I would say. And if I just kind of, I don't want to waste too much swatching it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, it's like a bronzy kind of champagne-y shade with like little like gold and silver glitters in it. So I did do a little bit of like, you know, like transition crease kind of work, but I'm not happy with it. It looks fecked up, doesn't it, guys? So I'm just going to blend that out a little bit to make it look a bit better. I'm going to do my under eye as well, and then I'll be back and we can test that out. One sec. Okay, so guys, I was literally going away with the intention of just blending out my transition. What does she do? She goes ahead, she puts her hair in space buns. I go downstairs to just get a drink and I end up making a bowl of cereal and getting some grapes. Then I think, oh my gosh, I've got to brush my teeth now. Then I end up doing all my blush, everything, contour, added on the faux freckles. Oh my gosh, like seriously, she has been busy. Okay, so we're finally going to go in with the Magnificent Metals, and I'm just going to kind of put it on my lid. I'm going to start off like in the, oh man, I put way too much on. Oops. Oh, Shania. Oh my gosh, like literally, okay. Seriously, okay. On it goes. Okay, so I'm loving this. I'm loving it. Look at that. But do you know what? Like, I really do love this, and I feel like it's definitely exceeding all my expectations. But it is so similar to a product that I recently got from AliExpress for like £1.32, which was, where is it? Okay, so it's this one. It's by the brand Love Alpha A. And this is essentially like, it's just a very similar kind of situation. You've got lots of glitter in like a kind of ceramic kind of thing. I don't even know. But this is like very similar in terms of, you know how it looks on the eye, like melted metal with some glitter and sparkle. It looks so similar. And the AliExpress one is so much cheaper. And when I was trying the AliExpress one, I was kind of thinking to myself, well, like, how do I know it's as good as the Stila one? Because I've never tried the Stila ones. But like, now that I've tried this one, and I just tried that out a couple of days ago, I would definitely say they are very, very similar. So if you have been wanting to try out the Stila one, maybe go for the Love Alpha one from AliExpress. It is available on eBay, but it's a lot more expensive. So, oh my gosh, like, I'm really, really liking this. It looks really, really good. And I love the shade of it. And thank you so much to Cara for being so generous to actually send this to me. It's really, really beautiful. It's not kind of showing up that much texture on my eyelid. And it's just giving a lot. Like, a lot is going on up there right now. It's like 50 shades of a lot. So I'm really, really liking it. I'm going to go ahead and repeat it on the other eye. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do the Maybelline. I really, really like the Magnificent Metals. It definitely has matched my expectations of it. I think the application was super easy with the applicator. It just made it really kind of easy to be precise. One of the reasons why I've not bought one of these yet is because if you look at it, like, it just looks like a tiny amount of product, but actually you only need a tiny amount. Like, you don't need to be dipping back in and applying it. You only need like the smallest of amounts. And I actually, when I was applying it, I just kind of, I took it out, but then, you know, got rid of a little bit because I had too much on the wand. So I do actually think that this would last you quite a long time. You know, even if you're using it every single day, which, by the way, I want to wear this to work every single day because I'm living for it. So we're going to go in with the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. This is in the shade Dreamer number 10. I just looked at some swatches and this one looked really, really pretty. As you can see there, it's got like a teardrop wand similar to like the Smashbox Always On liquid lipsticks, and this is just like a really pretty kind of pink. It's got a very sweet vanilla-y kind of smell to it, and I'm just going to apply this. I like the wand. These are quite expensive though. I think they're like $10.99 here in the UK, which is pretty expensive. So I would definitely say get one from eBay. Of course, you always run the risk of it being fake. But I believe this one was like $4.99, so definitely saving a little bit of money there. I feel like, you know, when you've got like bigger lips, it's a lot easier to apply like a liquid lipstick. Obviously this hasn't dried yet, but you know what, I'm going to let it dry. I'm not going to be that person that just talks and talks and talks and then it comes away and then I moan that it's come away. So 1 second guys, I'm going to just take a moment, take a breath, take a chill pill, take some Xanax. I don't have Xanax. I wish I did sometimes. But I've had the lip product on for a couple of minutes now and I feel like it doesn't really feel too drying. It's definitely quite drying, but it actually feels quite sticky like when I talk, especially like the corners. Can you see in my mouth? It feels very, very sticky. It reminds me a lot of the NYX Liquid Suede formula, which by the way, I just like treated myself to the whole vault and I don't like the formula. I think the formula is just absolute bull. Like literally, I think the shade of this is really nice, but I'm not 100% sold on the formula. And for £10, I feel like Maybelline are taking the piss a little bit. I mean, let's be real. And by the way, I like Maybelline. I applaud Maybelline because I feel like they keep their foundations and their mascaras at a very affordable low price. But for some reason, they're hopping on the liquid lipstick trend and they're increasing their prices because they say, yes, this is going to sell. It's trendy. Let's increase their fecking prices. I mean, really, Maybelline. Anyway, okay, so next we're going to move on to the NYX Double Stacked Mascara. And I feel like this is going to be very similar to my Maybelline and Gigi Hadid Fibre Mascara in that you've got a normal kind of mascara and then the white one is full of little fibres. And then you kind of apply the mascara, then apply the fibres, then the mascara again. And it's meant to give you like a super volume kind of look. So what I am going to do, because I've started doing it recently, is I'm going to apply my Essence Lash Princess to one lash because this is like my all-time favourite mascara and I compare every other mascaras against this one. It's like when you had a boyfriend and he had a fantastic ding-a-long-a-ding and then you compare all of the ding-a-long-a-dings to his ding-a-long-a-ding. Not, I don't think I've ever done that. It just, for some reason, that came to my mind. Honeys, if you're watching this, don't worry, I'm not in any way comparing your ding-a-long-a-ding to any other guy's ding-a-long-a-ding. What even is a ding-a-long-a-ding? Their nose is what I'm talking about. Anyway, moving on. So I'm going to apply my Lash Princess on my left eye and then we will go in with the NYX product and we will compare. Obviously the Lash Princess is just a one-step process, whereas this you're going to be fecking around doing like mascara, fibres, mascara, so at the least it's going to be like a three-step process. There's lots of fecking around with this one. So anyway, I'll be back in a sec once I've got my one lash done. Ding-a-long-a-ding-dong, ding-dong, ding-dong, done, ding-dong, ding. Okay, so I've gone ahead, I've done my Lash Princess side. Look at that, look at that, look at that. The length, the volume. Yes. Okay, so this is what the NYX Double Stacked Mascaras look like. The Fibres one is smaller than the actual mascara. So we're going to go in first with the mascara. And the wand is so similar to my, it's this one by L'Oreal, which is the X Fibre mascara wand, which by the way, oh my gosh, if you want the most porn star, out of this world, crazy eyelashes ever, get that mascara. Honey's hated it. Like, I was loving it, but Honey's just completely knocked me down. He said, Anwen, what's going on your eyelashes? And I said, Honey's, this is the look nowadays. And he said, no, I would have preferred you with no mascara on. I'm thinking, okay, well, that's the last time I'm ever making an effort for you, Honeys. I mean, really? I've just realised, right, I'm going into the side that's very magnified, and you would think it would make things easier, but it doesn't. It just makes everything harder to see. This is like a really like bizarre kind of creamy wet formula. Okay, so I kind of like the brush, but I don't feel like it is necessarily getting into every single lash. So I'm just kind of coating. Because I want my lashes to all be coated so that the fibres that I'm about to apply will kind of stick their way down. So, okay, so that's that done. Next, we're going to go in with the fibre side, and look, can you see like the wand literally has, it looks like little bits of cotton wool on it. A little bit intimidating having that going right near your eye, but I'm just going to quickly kind of apply that on my lashes. Can you see? It looks like I've had a really bad dandruff situation and it's all gone onto my eyelashes. Oh my gosh, and in my eye. Okay, right, so I need to get the formula on immediately to trap these feckers in, because look at that. Can you see? Okay, so let's do this. Okay. And this is where the magic happens, guys. Or it's when the magic is meant to happen. But what I actually find happens is that the fibres end up going off in all different crazy directions. There's no getting them under control. The fibres do their own thing. They're living their own lives. And they do not take instruction from anybody. The fibres are saying, hey, bitch, if I want to go at a 90-degree angle across two of your lashes so it looks like I have some kind of crazy fibre bridge, I'm going to do it. I don't care. I don't listen to your rules. Okay, so I feel like if you compare like both my eyelashes, they actually look very, very different. The Lash Princess has definitely given me like a lot more in the way of length, whereas this stacked mascara has given me a lot more volume. And can you see that? Like the length is over here, the volume is over here, and it definitely does give that appearance of like, you know, a false eyelash. I'm liking it, guys. Oh my gosh, I may even prefer it to the Lash Princess, because like when I compare them both side by side, I'm actually thinking my Lash Princess, and I feel like I'm going to go to like mascara hell for saying this, but I feel like my Lash Princess is a little bit sparse and my lashes just look a little bit skinny. Oh my gosh. Over on this side, I feel like people would be saying, did Anwen actually learn to apply false eyelashes? I mean, look at that. Okay, so I feel like I'm just going to go ahead, finish off the lower lash, and then I'll be back. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this over here. Look at this over here, just killing the mascara game right now. Just kind of trampsing all over the Lash Princess. Oh my gosh, it breaks my heart to say this, but I actually really do like this stacked mascara. Obviously, like in my eyes, they are like very different kinds of mascaras. With the double stacked one, you do have to put in a little bit more effort, but I feel like the result is definitely worth it. It does remind me quite a lot of the L'Oreal X Fibre Extreme Resist Mascara, in the sense that it really does have that kind of false lash, you know, heavy kind of a sultry look to it. But the difference is that this L'Oreal one is waterproof, and it was a nightmare getting it off my lashes, and it did cause a bit of irritation, whereas the double stacked isn't waterproof, and I feel it would be a lot easier to get off. Like, I do not have the time for waterproof mascara and removal. It's just like ironing. It's something that I will not waste my life doing. So anyway, I do really, really like this, and at this point I definitely prefer the NYX lash, but I know that a lot of people probably aren't going to like this because it does contain those loose fibres, and I know that some people can get concerned about the fibres going down into their eyes. I feel like I did experience a bit with the L'Oreal Fibre Mascara, but I mean, I'll give you my updates, of course, as I always do, in the comments, so please check down there just to see what my longer term views were. I feel like this video has been very successful. The lip product is doing my head in a bit. As you can see, it's kind of coming off. I've got a little drink down here, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, she's drinking sherry. I'm not drinking sherry. It's just a little Purdy's kind of situation. But as I've been drinking it, you can see it's kind of coming away, and also it feels very, very sticky. And it's not entirely transfer proof. I don't really like this, but let me just tell you this, it's definitely not like the driest, most uncomfortable formula I've ever tried. And I feel like if there was a colour that you were really drawn to, £10 is kind of acceptable to pay for it, if not a little bit up there. But I do actually quite like it. As I said, it's very similar to the Liquid Suede formula in my opinion, but just not as drying. The Tarte concealer, I feel actually is doing me some favours right now. It definitely added a little bit more in the way of coverage, and it's not doing my head in. It's not making me think that I just completely messed up my makeup with it like I normally do when I try a concealer. So if you've not tried like the Tarte Shape Tape, if you can get a little sample like Cara sent to me, I would definitely recommend giving it a go. I feel like I'm going to just wait and see what the Makeup Revolution concealer is like. Apparently that is a good dupe for the Shape Tape, so if I feel like it's really, really good, then I'll just stick with that one. But if I don't really like it, then I may just treat myself to Shape Tape for my birthday. And the Magnificent Metals is sensational. So overall, I've really liked everything that I tried today. Believe me, I'm a little bit broken-hearted about the mascara situation because, you know, I always have Lash Princess's back, but like, reality is reality, and let's face it, this eyelash is just killing the eyelash game right now. So I've got to call a dildo and say, look, this is a wonderful situation. So, okay, anyway, I'm going to go now, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. Please let me know downstairs if you enjoyed this kind of video, or if there's any other videos that you would like to see from me. My epic dildo collection, which, by the way, is non-existent. I should really stop talking about double-ended dildos. Did I even say double-ended dildos? Dildos. Any kind of dildos. Just, Anwen, stop talking about dildos. I mean, really. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with more.